traced that whole flower now with the ball tool. I'm happy with it. I can continue on with the next part, which is just the overall ring, which I see I did not even trace it in. I'll just do it freehand. So we're going to do this outside ring now, and we're going to lift it up again in one go. So I'm going to show it to you on the other design. So the ring that we're going to do now is this ring here, which sits outside the full flower, which will bring it up a little bit more, and it brings up everything together in one go. So again, we need to work from the front of our pewter, and I'm going to add my lino sheet, work on the front of my design, and I'm going to work with my small metal ball tool again, and in one smooth motion, and this is a very big circle, so I won't be able to get it in one smooth motion or one motion. So I'm going to start in the center of this leaf, and I'm going to draw that outside circle. Now you want to be careful at this stage, because on this edge your pewter is already thinner than what it is here, so a medium pressure would be good. Don't press too hard now, because now you can press straight through your pewter on this edges of the leaf. And as you can see, I can't get this done in one go, so I'm doing a little bit at a time, and then I'm starting again a little bit to the back. I stopped here, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to go over it one more time just to make sure that I have no bumps in the road here. Just quickly want to check. Just give me a minute. I just quickly want to answer here. Okay, so now I've traced that from the front, so I need to flatten from the front on the line, on the hard surface, to push up all of that height. So again, I'm using my paper stump, and I'm starting a little bit away, and I'm flattening right up against that design. And then I need to use the Teflon tool and I need to tidy up the edges. I'm still working on my hard surface. Get rid of all of the little bumps. Gonna continue with this one by tracing it with the ball tool on the hard surface. There we go. So now that one is finished. So we've got a little bit of a height in between our leaves as well now. Okay. And then remember to add lubricant to your pewter to make sure that it stays lubricated to allow the tools to glide easier as well. That will also avoid bumps and scratches, extra scratches that you don't want. So for the next one, the next ring that we have to do is this outer ring here with the two little leaves. And it's the same principle as I used with this one. So I'm first going to do the inside one, and then I'm going to do the outside one, and only flatten around the outside one. So I want first to do this one, and then I'm going to do that one. Again, I'm going to do them one at a time. So I'm working on the front of my pewter on my lino sheet, and I'm using my metal ball tool, and I'm going to trace first the inside half circle with a medium pressure, and then I'm going to immediately trace the second one. Draw towards you so that you have more control. Take away the lino sheet and then flatten. Again, I'm flattening on my hard surface using my paper stump, and I'm flattening towards that design so that I can lift it up. And I'm trying to get as close as possible to the edge without flattening my design. I take my paper stump off my Teflon tool, and I neaten up that edge. I'm not going to do anything on that circle. I'm going to leave it because I don't want to flatten it, because as soon as I flatten that, I'm going to lose some height. So I'm going to leave it like it is. We're going to come back to that little circle once we've done the filling. Okay, and then I need to just clean up or tidy up with my metal ball tool. So back onto the lino. I'm still working on the front. I'm going to go on with the next one. Again, using a medium to a hard pressure, draw in that first little half circle, and then I do the outer circle. Remove the lino. Thanks, Danette. Remove the lino. I'm working on the front of my pewter on the hard surface, and I flatten. Again, I'm flattening with a flat angle on this straight edge, and I flatten towards my design. The flatter you keep your pewter around your design, the tidier it's going to come out at the end. Because the more bumps you have in the road, the more uneven shapes you're going to get. So the golden rule is keep your pewter as flat as possible around your design. Even your corners and everything, that needs to be flat. And then I need to define with the metal ball tool. So I always go a little bit over the area before I continue with my next one. tracing it. And then one time I'm going to go over with the ball tool again. Just to make sure that I've got smooth edges before I continue. And this is a soft pressure that I'm using. I don't want to thin out the pewter much more than it is already thinned out, to avoid any holes in my pewter, which I do get every now and again, and I normally don't notice them up until the point that I have to fill with the beeswax, and then I turn it over and then I've got beeswax on the front of my pewter. Then I know there's a hole somewhere. Okay, so once you're done with the full ring, we now need to again add the little detail line from the back, like we did with the leaves. And that we do on our felt layers. So I'm going to take my piece of pewter, turn it upside down, so I'm working from the back, and I'm going to do that detail line in the center of my raised area with the same metal ball tool, and I'm going to use a medium pressure. And you want to be very careful that you don't destroy the shape of so you want to use even pressure all over. So I'm working on my layers of felt, and I'm working on a nice cushion, and then I'm going to start not on the edge. I'm going to start just slightly off that outside ring that we did. So I don't want to start on top of it, just slightly next to it, and I'm going to draw a half circle in the center. And again, I'm stopping just in front of it. I don't want to destroy that height. So starting just in front and stopping just in front. Okay, so once I've traced it from the back, I need to turn the pewter to the front and place it on my hard surface, not on the lino. And then I need to flatten again, because you can see here, there's a lot of space here that I need to get into that design. So I'm flattening with my paper stump at a flat angle, and I work towards my design. Turn your pewter as you go around. And then again, I need to tidy up with the Teflon tool, get into that little corners with the tip. Then I need to define. This is the last time that I'm going to define this before I continue with the next ring. Okay, there we go. So that's our first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rings done.